In a world where mankind is blessed with supernatural abilities. Wait, this isn't My Hero Academia. This is Black Clover. Let me redo that. In a world where mankind is blessed with magical abilities, whatever. What's up guys, it's Kinglee here, and in this video we're going to be talking about why Black Clover is so awesome. Now, before we actually begin this video, I just want to say, no, I didn't read the manga. What? And this is my own opinion. What the fuck? I know some people are going to get hurt and say, dude, Black Clover is trash, the animation is trash. That's not the only thing that defines the anime, if it's trash or not. So, if I want to begin this video, we would have to start off talking about the story. What is Black Clover about, you say? If I were to break down Black Clover into smaller bites for it to be easier to digest, I would say that Black Clover is about a world in which humanity is blessed with magical abilities and have incorporated it into their everyday living. The world of Black Clover is split up into class, rank, etc., which means there is poor places that are distant and in poverty, but also there are rich towns which are all divided. I mentioned class, rank, poverty, and the world being divided because it plays an important role in the story that's being told in Black Clover. This leads us to our protagonist named Asta. Asta is a kid who was found on the doorstep of a church with his childhood friend, Yuno, whom would become Asta's greatest rival. Earlier I mentioned that the world of Black Clover is full of magical abilities and everyone had integrated it into their everyday lives. Ironically, Asta was born with no magical abilities. Not only is Asta born with no magical abilities, he's also the only one in his village to be born with no magical abilities. And he's also the only one with no magical abilities being outclassed by kids who are younger than him with magical abilities. I know what you're wondering. How the heck is this anime gonna go with the protagonist not being able to fight anyone? He has no magical abilities in a world of magical abilities, and everyone needs magical abilities to progress. Now I want you to hang on to that question because I'll definitely be coming back to that later. I want to go a little in depth about Asta as a character and who is Yuno and why Yuno sees Asta as his greatest rival. Being born with no magical abilities hasn't stopped Asta. In fact, Asta trains physically. This guy is ripped. His body is ripped. He has no magical abilities, but he's ripped. He always trains. He's a hard worker. I get a lot of people that say Asta's annoying because all he does is yell, but that's his character. That's what he's meant to do. No one said anything about Goku, how slow Goku is, or how Goku always yells, bites, or shit. No one says anything about Naruto, why Naruto yells. Naruto never gives up. He's so determined to get Sasuke back, which is annoying. No one ever says anything about that, but they point out that Asta keeps yelling. I like the fact that Asta's yelling. That's his character, and I hope he doesn't change that. Even when he becomes a Wizard King, I hope he doesn't change that. I like the fact that Asta's born into a world with magical abilities and having no magical abilities whatsoever. This gives him the chance to have some great character development, and that's what I've seen so far. Now, yeah, he still yells, and I still want him to yell. I don't want him to stop yelling. That's character. That's his character. He's not going to change that. I hope he doesn't change that. But the fact that he's going to develop, you can see it as he goes all the way up to episode 84. Asta just becomes a beast. He becomes something to be remembered. He becomes someone special. He not only lifts those around him up, but he also lifts himself up. Now he gets down. Let's be honest. He gets down. Who doesn't get down? But Asta's always picking himself up. He's always faced diversity. He's always faced the fact that having no magical abilities makes you the odd one out. And that's something that most people can relate to. Not all people, but most people can relate to. Now, Yuno, as a kid, has always been seen as a weakling. Asta's always been taken up for him as a kid. Because even though Asta had no magical abilities, he still trains his body physically. Now, I'm not saying that Asta won fights because there was this one instance where Yuno was getting robbed for his necklace by an adult. And Asta went and fought to get Yuno's necklace. And then at the end, Asta wouldn't give up, so the adult threw the necklace back to Yuno. And this is where Yuno puts Asta as someone that he holds in high regard. Someone that is strong, incredibly strong, and that'll never give up. The will to keep fighting. And this is what makes Asta Yuno's rival. But the main important point that I'm going to get to now is going into why Asta was born with no magical abilities, and why he develops into someone that is really powerful, someone who could really change everything, someone who could change the norm of society. Now, being born without magical abilities really puts you at a disadvantage to those who have magical abilities, unless you're Asta. Even though Asta was born with no magical abilities, he still has a Grimoire. Now, let me speak on his Grimoire. Asta has a 5-leaf Grimoire. But in the beginning, where everyone was collecting their Grimoire, where the Grimoire was choosing their people, and everyone was getting a Grimoire, and Yuno got a 4-leaf Grimoire, which is one of the best, which a lot of Wizard Kings have, and Asta gets a 5-leaf Grimoire, and he still has no magical abilities, right? Now we're wondering how Asta gets a Grimoire with no magical abilities, but we're gonna hit on that topic. That's because Asta has anti-magic. Anti-magic is the direct counter to magic, which is in the name, in the title itself. Asta has anti-magic, the only person with anti-magic, which makes him rarer than anyone out there. No matter if you have a 4-leaf Grimoire, you have a 2-leaf Grimoire, 1 leaf, 3 leaves, 100 leaves. No, not 100 leaves, but you know what I'm saying. And because Asta has this 5-leaf Grimoire, it is classified that there is a demon in the Grimoire or whatnot, and there's a demon that resides in Asta. The Grimoire that Asta has actually turns out to be someone else's in the story, but I won't spoil that. You'll figure it out later, and you'll know who the Grimoire actually belonged to. But let's talk about the Demon Slayer sword and the Demon Dweller sword. They block magic, and also Asta can link with his friends. Like, it doesn't happen purposely. Like, it just happens where he links with his friends and he uses their ability through his sword, and I think that shit is phenomenal, and I like it. I think that is awesome. Asta also gets, because he also gets a form. No, I'll talk about the form because there's no reason not to when you can actually see the form. Asta also gets a form where he grows wings, he can fly and do all this other shit, but so does Yuno. And you will see it later on in the story, so I don't want to ruin anything about that. But yeah, Asta gets a form, anti-magic. He meets this demon that's in his Grimoire, and that's in his body when he absorbs the energy and processes it. And since he has no magical abilities, it doesn't go fully through Asta like it would a person. He's able to use the Grimoire, because with a person with magical abilities when able to use anti-magic, it would just cancel out and they would be gone. I want to talk about the various groups that protect the kingdom, because these are very important, and Asta also joins a squad, and Yuno also joins a squad, and I think they play an important role to the character development of Asta and Yuno, and play a big role in the story as it progresses. The squad Asta joins is known as the Black Bulls, which is a squad of misfits and cast-outs and runaways and whatnot, of losers and whatnot, that band together, that are, in my opinion, the best group. I love this group. Now, there are only a couple of groups that I would even compare to the Black Bulls, and the Black Bulls start from the bottom, like trash. And ever since Asta came, they came up to the ranks. They boosted all the way up to 2nd place, 1st place. That's where I want to see Asta's group from now on. That's why the Black Bulls are where they are, because of Asta, because he lifts his teammates up, because he lifts his family. They are classified as family now. He lifts them up, makes them stronger, while he, in turn, gets stronger. Being as gifted as he is with magical abilities, and just being able to outclass Asta in episode 84, we see that Asta knows he has to get stronger. Yuno is fighting a person, an individual who is extremely strong and well known to be extremely strong, and Yuno stand 10 toes against this guy and puts up a good fight, and it almost looks like they're on even footing, to be honest. So when it comes to Yuno getting accepted in every guild, yes, he did get accepted by every guild. Every guild wanted him. He joined the strongest guild, the highest ranking guild at the time, to be number 1, to become the Wizard King the quickest. And it's been going pretty well for Yuno so far. I think even Even the captain, the squad captain, has noticed that Yuno is extremely strong, and he wants Yuno to surpass him. He knows Yuno is going to surpass him, and I can see why. Isn't it ironic that two peasants from Hage Village become two of the strongest out of all the guilds? I think that's amazing. I think that's funny. I think it is right. I think it fits. Because they're misfits, they fit in so well that they become stronger than everyone else. Now, everyone can't look down on them. They can't frown upon them. And the castaways that are the Black Bulls also could say the same thing, because they're not the same people before they met Asta. Then they changed. These people have progressed. They've gotten stronger. They have changed who they were, while at the same time being the same characters that they are, being who they are. The squad captains are incredibly strong people. And for me, my favorite is Yami, which is Asta's squad captain, because he has dark magic. Dark magic. Lightless magic. I don't even want to spoil what he can do, what abilities he gets later on in the anime itself. So I'm not going to spoil it, but just know that Yami is that guy. Just know that all the squad captains are incredibly strong, and I like the different personalities that they bring, what brought them to it, and the connection that some of these captains have to the Wizard King, the current Wizard King. To wrap up this video, I want to talk about the Wizard King and the status that the Wizard King has, because the Wizard King plays an important role. It's very important to Asta. It's very important to Yuno, because they want to show the world that peasants can become great. They can be greatness. This ideological mindset that everyone has about, oh, because you're a peasant, you're weak. Oh, because you're a peasant, you're this. Oh, because you're a peasant, you're that. They're going to change that. They're going to change people's minds. They're going to make people see that even peasants, even people that are below everyone else, can still be great and can still be the strongest. And I think that's important to see. And the Wizard King, that status role shows everyone that. That status role shows everyone that you are the best. You are the strongest. And someone has to surpass you. You have to have someone that one-ups you as the Wizard King, because there always has to be a Wizard King. You don't need weak Wizard Kings. And Julius, having that time ability that he has is pretty badass. I think that is one of my favorite abilities. Only next to, like, I will put that, it wouldn't be my top ability favorite, but I will put that around I put that around that trap guy. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he has like trap magic, and this shit is pretty awesome. I know you're gonna think that this video is like pretty jumbled, pretty offbeat, like everything is just put in the wrong places, but this was actually kind of scripted. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like this video. I like how it is. I like that it's random, but I'm just speaking how I feel about Black Clover, what I think about Black Clover, and why Black Clover is awesome to me. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Black Clover. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What's your favorite person? What's your favorite characters? I mean, what's your favorite abilities that you've seen in the anime? What's your favorite forms that you've seen in the anime? And yeah, let me know in the comment section below, guys. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Bye, guys.